sealed matches, progression matches, and memes. This show has it all. Welcome to the Seal of Progrichalcos. Hello and welcome to episode 19 of the Seal of Progrichalcos. Last episode, Sebas did really well on the sealed matches, destroying us in both of them, but we managed to make up that ground in the progression matches where we played a very fun Chaos Ritual deck and a Banished Fairy deck. There are no new changes to the ban list after we've added the Macrocosmos and the Di-Fi to the limited list, so let's move straight on to today's sets. First up, it's Cyberdark Impact. Now this was released on November the 15th, 2006, and is a much maligned set in my view. Yes, there's a lot of bad things in the set, like the Cyberdarks. I mean, they eventually got okay with the much more recent support, but I mean, you only play these cards as sort of the one-of Garnets. The Dark Lucius and Allure Queens are just some terrible LV monsters. You get rubbish things like these initial column shifters, like Rampaging Rhinos, Senate Switch, random cards like Blaster's Modium that just do like a minuscule amount of burn. But the set has had a legacy on the history of Yu-Gi-Oh!, the likes of which most GX sets only wish they could have.
Okay, I think you're overselling it.
Looking at the rares, for instance, you've got some heavy hitters in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vanity's Fiend, Vanity's Ruler, Black Horn of Heaven. All of these cards have seen long stints of playability, and even today these cards pop up in a lot of stun decks to shut off the opponent's ability to special summon, which obviously in this day and age is basically game over if you can't special summon. So these two cards have an insane legacy. Black Horn of Heaven was seen a lot. Didn't get too much play early on because there weren't that many inherent special summons, but later on when Synchros, Xyz, fusion monsters go more to the forefront, this is just a really good counter trap at being able to out something that the opponent has put a lot of resources into. So great card that's seen a lot of play throughout Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Commons though, you do get all the barrier statues, which yeah, back in the day weren't very good, but across Yu-Gi-Oh's history, whenever a deck has come to the forefront that is able to summon one of these guys and protect it just at the end of their combo chain, they've quickly been hit in the ban list, like Barrier of the Stormwinds in Fluunderese. Even Torrent saw a lot of play in Mermail decks or Necros plays. Abyss and Heavens are also pretty good for just dark and light focused matches. The Drought and the Inferno, I don't think they've ever really seen too much play, although Infernos, I wouldn't be surprised if that gets a bit of a resurgence with the amount of fire decks going around at the moment. Snipe Hunter as well. Very much a joke meme card in the sense of it's not always guaranteed to hit a card, but this card was monumental in Chaos lists around this time, as well as in Dark Arm Dragon and DAD Return once we get to Phantom Darkness. So an absolute staple of this early series Yu-Gi-Oh! Instant Fusion, a card that's still limited to this day due to how powerful the card is. Chain Strike, likewise limited because Chain Burn actually was a real deck, and honestly if this card was at 3 today, it probably would be a real deck today. Accumulated Fortune as well. This has seen a lot of play in those kind of chain burn decks or anything that allows you to just dig deep into your deck. You've seen this in Exodia decks. Just to Break is kind of Mirror Force for vanillas. There's just a lot of good individual cards here. Yes, the cohesion is pretty lacking, and looking at it on a face value, there's no real new strategies that are made possible thanks to this set, but it does introduce a handful of really strong individual cards that have seen a legacy of play throughout Yu-Gi-Oh!
There I was thinking you're about to wax lyrical.
Right, not too fussed about pulling any of the high rarity cards, but hoping we can get a good amount of the Vanities cards, Black Horn of Heaven, and the Barrier statues. Let's flick on over to the collection to find out. The collection is looking really strong. We did manage to pick up the whole Allure Queen line, not that it's that strong, but maybe it'd be funny to try and do in sealed. We got 3 of every Barrier statue and 3 Black Horn. Insane. Obviously enough Chain Strikes. Interestingly enough, 1 of every Cyberdark monster, but we didn't pull the fusion. We got 3 Snipe Hunter and we got 2 Vanity's Fiend. No Vanity's Ruler. That's probably for the best, just because Mausoleum Beats would just be really unplayable if I also had that card. And we did get enough Dusty Break as well if we ever want to do sort of a vanilla deck. Yeah, pretty happy with all this. Oh yeah, and we got 2 Instant Fusion. Little Sam, we missed out on the 3rd copy, but you know, you can't have everything. Right, let's head on over to Drawing Book and look at our deck. So this kind of goes a little bit back to what I was saying. In sealed, this set is awful. I mean, I'm looking at this and most of these cards are unplayable and I have no idea how this is going to go. I mean, I'm sure Tobias's deck is just as bad as this, but essentially most cards here just read as fodder for Snipe Hunter. realistically. We are playing Lightning Punisher. He's a 2 tribute. We have got the Allure Queen level 7.
I find her extremely alluring.
2 Vanities Fiend, this card is just great, 2400 attack. 3 Cyber Ogre, this is a very much a cope strategy. If we can normal summon one by tributing a monster and then have another one in hand, we could potentially protect it by discarding the second one and then give it 2000 attack for the next turn for the crackback. Unlikely to happen, but come on, I mean, what else am I going to play? We've got the 2 level 5s, we've got 3 Queen's Bodyguard. So this guy, while he's on the field, he prevents your Allure Queen monsters from being attacked. Not too relevant, honestly, but 1700 attack is very strong. Likewise, that's the reason we're playing a Baki. Snipe Hunter is the star of the show. Just being able to pitch cards from hand to potentially blow up anything on the field is very strong, especially when there's no hard ones per turn on that, so you can just basically dump your entire hand until you blow up what you need to blow up. So pretty much going to be integral to whoever wins this. Whoever draws this card most often is probably going to win the sealed match. We are playing 1 Cyber Esper. This is an interesting super rare. While he's in attack mode, we just get to look at every card Tobias draws.
The name's Esperoba, and I have the power to look into the future and predict your every strategy.
You can see the future like me.
I said it was an interesting super rare, I didn't say it was a good one. We've got 3 Rampaging Rhinos. He can just move to a different column, and if he battles a monster in the same column, he gains 500 attack. So, you know, he can get to 2000, and basically that's good enough to beat anything that's level 4 or lower in the set. So, yeah, very strong in that regard. 3 of the Allure Queen level 3, and then 3 Alien Infiltrator. We are playing 2 Flash of the Forbidden Spell. It's just going to be fodder for Snipe Hunter. 1 Miraculous Rebirth. It's just going to be fodder for Snipe Hunter. 3 Mystical Wind Typhoon. It's just going to be fodder for Snipe Hunter.
Guys, a broken record.
Same with Vanity's Call, by road sacrifice. So if we lose a monster by battle, we just get to summon a Cyber Ogre from the hand, which is pretty cool. Right, let's have a look at the replay. Oh boy, this is a hand without Snipe Hunter, and a hand without Snipe Hunter might as well just be the losing hand. Right, Tobias is going to go for the double back row and the Abaki. Absolutely huge opening here. How the hell are we going to be at 1700? Thankfully, we do have the wall in the Esper. Didn't even notice this guy actually had a decent defense stat when we were doing the deck profile, but it's going to matter here. Ah. Not when the Rhinos do be rampaging. Right, we're going to lose our Cyber Esper here, and then we're going to take 1700 from the Abaki attacking directly. Yeah, we're just going to have to go defensive. We're just going to set the Allure Queen level 3 and pass. This looks like it's going to be a quick washout. Allure Queen dies. I'm going to take another 1500 here. Please, Snipe Hunter. Oh my gosh, just more Cyber Ogres. Right, we're going to set down the Infiltrator. I think we're basically on a 1-turn clock here. Well, thankfully Tobias isn't putting any more pressure on the board, so we're just going to take another cut of 1500 here. And then hope we can draw this Snipe Hunter. Queen's Bodyguard is good. We can use this to actually deal with the Rampaging Rhinos, which is probably the bigger threat here. And if Tobias now wants to clear the Queen's Bodyguard, he's going to have to sacrifice his Abaki to do so. Ooh, Tobias just passing. This means we can get offensive, summon down the Vanity's Fiend, lock out special summoning, and hopefully we are in gravy now. Unless Tobias draws Snipe Hunter, that is.
A little while later.
Well, I was going to say this hand is disastrous, but the Snipe Hunter is saving us once more. Right, Tobias is going to go for a 2 set and a monster face down. We're going to draw into the level 3, which we're just going to set face down, reciprocating Tobias's play. Tobias is just going to keep walling on up, just passing. But
behold your ruler and bow down.
Oh. Well, I would say that's a problem, but we do have the Snipe Hunter in hand, so we're honestly not too bothered. Right, we're going to summon down the little cheeky fiend, and we're going to try and pop the Vanity's Ruler by discarding our Wind Typhoon. And we did miss the first time. Well, we're going to discard the other Wind Typhoon and try again. Okay, we're going to try once more.
We all saw you miss a second ago. Ain't you supposed to be a crack shot?
Shut your mouth!
What? We're going to try for the 4th time. 4th time lucky, baby. Right, okay, Vanity's Ruler is finally out of my hair.
Did you do it?
Yes.
What did it cost?
Absolutely nothing!
Ah, and we are going to lose our Snipe Hunter on the crackback to the Queen's Bodyguard. Taking the 200, and we are pretty much out of the game. At least we have our own bodyguard, so we're just going to crash them and hope Tobias doesn't have any defensive threat. Uh-oh! The snap here. We're both going to activate the Byroad Sacrifice, summon down the Cyber Ogres, and have them crash ceremoniously together. Right, we are operating with 0 cards now to Tobias's 4 with the Combo Fighter. I completely missed this guy. This is just a 1600 attacker. That's not bad, especially if you, like, I mean, chaining 2 is theoretically possible. So double attacking isn't too unlikely with him. We're just going to keep taking damage while our Infiltrator rots in the hand, because we don't really want to waste him just yet. There we go, that's what we like to see. Snipe Hunter coming down for the win. We're going to discard the Lightning Punisher. Come on, Combo Fighter is going to die. And now the Snipe Hunter can punch on in. I've just got to hope that Tobias has no offensive threats. Well, it's looking that way. We're going to go for the Infiltrator, just try and get some damage in. 2300 here. Tobias, you've got basically 1 turn to find the out. Don't tell me you lose to the Infiltration, Tobias. So next up, we're going to be combining Duelist Pack Jaden Yuki 2 with Premium Pack 2. Now, yes, we are skipping Premium Pack 1. I'm saving that for a very special occasion a bit later down the line, because anybody that knows anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! Knows that Premium Pack 1 is one of the worst sets ever printed. And I've got another pretty bad set that I want to combine it with later down the line, but we'll get to that when we'll get to that.
Try to contain your enthusiasm.
For now though, we're going to be looking at Jaden Yuki 2 and Premium Pack 2. The reason we're pairing the Premium Pack 2 here is because there's a lot of other Elemental Hero synergistic cards in Premium Pack 2, so this might be a cool way of getting to showcase what they do. Now, whilst normally the Duelist packs are pretty lame, this set, Jaden Yuki 2, actually introduced 2 absolutely cracked cards. Card Trooper, the progenitor of Troop, Dupe, Scoop, and Burial from a Different Dimension that has seen a lot of play in all kinds of graveyard-based decks throughout Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Both of these 2 cards would be a monumental pickup. Like, you know me, I love my machines, I love to be playing Card Trooper. He's just a good card in most decks really, just being able to get to 1900 attack and letting you a draw when destroyed. And yeah, he has a lot of good applications, especially with milling when we get to the Light Swan cards in a couple of sets time. Burial from Different Dimension also has seen a lot of play, and I've enjoyed this card in a number of different decks I've played over the years. In the rares, we get the Blade Edge and some of the Neospacians with their fusions, doesn't really matter. Super rares, again, don't really matter. And the commons, yeah, they don't really matter. I guess getting... Now, Premium Pack 2 is an absolutely bonkers set in that there's only 20 cards in it, spread over the 20 secret rares and 10 super rares. So we're going to be opening 5 of these packs. So you'll get 3 super rares and 2 secret rares. And some cards are only available at the secret rare slot, whereas some of the secret rares are also available at the super rares. Now, the cards to watch out for here are obviously Mizuki. Well, this card is probably the gold medal winner for zombies across all of Yu-Gi-Oh's history, just being absolutely monumental in allowing the deck to pop off time and time again, just using his effect multiple times in one turn by either using the Burial to recycle him back to the graveyard, or just using multiple. So picking up any copies of this card would be really good for any zombie-based strategy we'd like to play in the future. You get some kind of interesting elemental heroes in Lady Heat, Poison Rose, Voltic, and Woodsman. Woodsman especially is probably the best one, just being able to recur your polymerization from the deck or graveyard, although obviously you've got to wait to your standby phase, and in most cases he might be dead by that point, but 2k defense is okay enough, certainly good enough for sealed. The Evil Dragon and Anta is kind of funny, like if you're playing a Reptile deck, this card can just like somehow steal games by just dumping itself to the field as like a 3000 attack when just walking into something. Kind of a weird card, but funny as well. Hecatrice also saw a lot of play, just being able to search Valhalla to be able to allow you to special summon 3 fairies at the start of the game. You could use this for Archlord Christia, for example, and just lock the opponent out of special summoning early on. The Ritual Monster's rubbish, and the fusions aren't much cop either. Alright, let's have a look at the collection for both of these packs and see how well we pulled. So like with the first Duelist packs, we only opened 7 of this, and we pulled...
Trash. So much trash.
For Premium Pack 2, on the other hand, we pulled very well in terms of just the percentage of good cards. We got 4 Hecatrice, 1 Valhalla, and 2 Mizuki. Now these are the cards that are actually going to see longevity going forward, because if you want to play crazy fairies, having Hecatrice in the Valhalla is necessary, and if you want to play zombies, Mizuki is compulsory. So yeah, the other cards don't matter too much. I mean, I guess I'll see a bit of play in the sealed match, but yeah, very happy about putting these 3 cards here. Okay, it doesn't look great, but this is the deck list we've settled on. Bearing in mind we had 60 cards and some of them were just literally unplayable, like there's no way you can actually summon them with what we had access to. This is kind of as good as we're going to get. Okay. We've got an almost unplayable hand of high level monsters, but we do have the Lady Heat. It's a little bit risky to play off the bat because you don't want her getting destroyed when she's our only normal summonable monster, so we're just going to pass the opening turn. Tobias passes as well, so I guess we're just going to start getting some damage in with the Lady Heat, doing 1300 in the battle phase and then 200 in the end phase thanks to her burn effect. Hopefully maybe Tobias is as bricked on high level monsters as I am. Okay, nope, he's got something to play in face down defense mode. Fair dues, and we're just going to stop seizure inducing myself. Right, we're going to draw the War Lion. Okay, if we can get the Warline Witcher, we will be absolutely cooking here. Right, the Woodsman is going to halt our lady's progress. And even though she's made of fire, you'd have thought she could burn a tree, but apparently not. At least in the end phase, we're going to get another couple of 100 damage in with the burn damage. And we're just going to set down our H-Heated Heart as a bait. Tobias is going to grab the Polymerization thanks to the Woodsman's effect. And am I about to get cooked? Uh-oh. Yep, with the E-Call, it looks like Tobias is ringing up Blade Edge and things are about to get wild. Right, he's going to fire the Poly. Using the Woodsman. Wait, who does Woodsman make? Using Woodsman and Blade Edge to make. That is not how that card is summoned, Tobias. This card requires Wild Heart. Reset! Tobias is going to go for the Fake Hero. Uh-oh, specialing out the Neos. Oh no, don't tell me you've got the O Oversoul as well. Down comes Sengen Jin.
Wait, no, seriously, what's your actual name?
He's a 2750 monster who's an unstoppable savage that just carries the Millennium item and just casually has all 7 of them. Yeah, I mean, that card is strong. It's probably the best 2 tribute monster, and then the O Oversoul for the Neos. Yeah, this is looking like it's a wrap already. Right, we're going to lose our Lady Heat here, as well as almost half our life points, and with nothing that we're drawing into, that is the game. Right, very quick game 1. Right, let's see whether we can lead off a little stronger this time around. No is the answer to that question. We're just going to pass. Tobias is going to set on a monster and end the turn. We're going to go for the Hecatrice here, grab ourselves the Valhalla from the deck, and then we're just going to fire out the old Duelist pack Jaden Yuki 2 special, which is of course Lady Heat forward, into the Woodsman once again.
That's a classic old school move.
Tobias is now going to grab in his standby phase a Poly from the deck to hand. And does he have access to the fusion this game? No, he's just going to set a card past turn. We're going to go for the R Righteous Justice, at least pop whatever Tobias is cooking in his back row. And the Poly is gone. Wow. We're going to summon the Nospe, attack directly, and then in the end phase, Tobias is going to take another 400. Tobias grabs another Poly. I suppose when Woodsman is basically unoutable, just getting 3 Polys each turn is fine. And goes for double back row. We have it! Rosebud. Oh, Tobias. We're about to go sledding, baby. Oh,
Rosebud.
Into the Poison Rose. We can't out the Woodsman. This card can't attack directly. I didn't actually realise that. I thought this card was the same as Nospe, but just better. Right, so Woodsman is warning us pretty well. We're going to now tribute, though, both our guys for the Neos. Hopefully this should be game. Woodsman dies, and the Poison Rose is going to be able to start racking up attack points as it attacks directly Tobias' turn. Down comes a set monster, and the turn is mine. We're going to go for the Mizuki, get more offensive pressure here. Because we're worried about another Woodsman, we are going to go for the Neos first. Deal with the Lady Heat, and then the Mizuki and the Poison Rose can attack on it in for 3,800. Oh, Oversoul! You don't have a vanilla in the graveyard, thank you. Tobias lets go first and goes for the classic Lady Heat special. Right, it looks pretty good, bearing in mind. Ooh, that is a draw and a half. We're going to summon the Heat And I mean, the heat is on Tobias as this guy's gonna crash and kill his own wife.
I murdered my wife.
Damn. If you or anyone you know has been a victim of domestic abuse, call the number on screen now. Right, we're gonna end the turn there with our heat getting stronger. Tobias is just gonna pass, and I guess now this guy. Wait, was this maybe like heat just killed like his ex-wife and this is his new girlfriend? Maybe, I don't know. Law. I don't know. What's the situation here? This guy's just murdered one lady heat, and then he's chilling now with the second lady heat. Is that like the first wife he really didn't like, so he's killed her off to, for this newer, hotter model?
Such a wild story.
These are unscripted, if you couldn't tell. Right, the Heat and the Lady Heat will tag team Tobias's life points down to size, and in the end phase, Lady Heat's gonna just chunk another 400 thanks to her burn effect. Right, Tobias's turn. He's gonna set down one monster and pass the turn. Right, Argo, we're gonna draw the Neospace and Aquadolphin. Funny. We're gonna summon him down, pitch the Super Warline, and see if we can poke one of Tobias's cards out from his hand. The Sengen Jin is actually stronger than the Super Warline, so Tobias will be able to keep this card in the hand. Right, we're going to head to battle using our Heat first. Doing the old 2k attack into Tobias' own Aquadolphin. Right, then Lady Heat and Aquadolphin are going to chomp on him for another 1900. In the end phase, Lady Heat will burn for an extra 400. Right, this is your final turn, Tobias. Clock's ticking. These were quick games, I'm not complaining, but I would have liked to have seen one of us at least establish one of the fusions. Right, we may not have been able to summon any fusions in the sealed match, but hopefully, by channeling the spirit of Jaden and Yuki, we can summon some of these absolutely insane hero fusions and get our game on, baby!
I'm ready to duel. Let's go. Yo, I'm down, but we be illin', homeboy. I have no idea what you just said. Answer.
Right, looking at our opening hand, we've got a good way into a lot of our cards. Right, likewise, Tobias is going to go for the Graceful, drawing 3 and then discarding. sorry. I'm not just going to skip over this. You're discarding the Flame Sprite and the Invasion of Flames.
I keep discovering a new rock bottom.
There's no way you're
Playing with fire.
Alright, level limit, terraforming, sure thing, buddy. Grab yourself the field spell. I mean, where do you go from here? You've got rid of your best card already in the Flame Sprite. Okay, Master Dragon, I get that, 1900 and he just floats on into himself. That kind of makes sense, but man, you are cooking something wild tonight, boys. Right, we're going to draw for turn, and then, yep, we're going to go for the Graceful here, draw 3, and just draw everything. Yep, we've got the Righteous Justice, perfect, great way of being able to deal with Tobias' back row. And we're just going to discard the King and the Bowman. We're going to go for the Equal, grab ourselves the Clayman, and then let's get fusing, baby. We're going to go for the Poly right here, use the Clayman and the Sparkman to build our mighty Thunder Giant. Thankfully, there's no response from Tobias, and we're going to safely be able to summon our Wild Heart, then go for the Righteous Justice, clear out the field spell and the level limit. Because we don't want the Masked Dragon floating, we are then going to go for the Thunder Giant's effect here, discarding the Phoenix Wing Moonblast, popping the Masked Dragon, and yes, we are immediately dead to something like a Lightning Vortex, but provided Tobias doesn't have exactly that, this looks like a pretty good turn 1 board. Right, Tobias' turn, and he's going to set down one monster, pass the turn, feeling pretty good about that. Whoa, what a draw. Now, yeah, now even if Tobias does get a spell card that can rip our board apart, we can just say no to it, pay half our life points, and deal with it cleanly. Right, we're going to go for battle. Thunder Giant's going to attack on into the A-Team Trap Dispersal unit.
I keep discovering a new rock bottom.
What are these? Why did you even open half these cards, Tobias?
Dumpster diving.
This effect can be used during your either player's turn. When you put actually a trap card, tribute it to negate it and destroy you. Sure. I mean, it reads negate, so you got to play it. Negate is great, right? Right, we're going to go for the Wild Heart attack on directly and pass the turn. Ooh, in the end phase, the Mystical Space Typhoon is going to come down, rip apart our Say No Man. And now we just pray that Tobias does not draw a Lightning Vortex. Come on, please. Ooh, yes, baby! Thunder Giant carried us to victory. Right, Tobias leads off pretty strong with the Invasion of Flames plus the level limit. We're going to go for the R Righteous Justice with our Bold Man, pop that level limit, and then, yeah, we actually can't do anything else with our turn, so we are going to pass. Right, Tobias' turn.
I keep discovering a new rock bottom.
What are these cards? Foxfire. During the end phase, if this card was destroyed by battle and sent to go this turn, I was face up at the start of the damage step. Special summon this card from the graveyard. This face-up card cannot be tributed for a tribute summon. Sure, I mean, you know that Simpsons clip I've been playing quite recently, I just keep hitting a new rock bottom. We're going to be playing that a lot this duel, I think. Right, we are actually going to lose our Bubble Man here, surprisingly enough, and the Foxfire is going to be able to strike on in for 300 damage. Right, Pot of Greed is huge here, we're going to use that. Fire off to draw 2. And we still aren't actually able to make anything. So we're just going to go for the Sangan, clear out the Foxfire, and yeah, I mean, you are going to get the crazy value in the end phase. It's going to come back. Whoa, 300 attack monster. That's basically like just the worst Treeborn 4 I've ever seen.
You think you're better than me?
Returns to the field, and I end my turn. Down comes another Invasion of Flames. This really is just Blaze of Destruction, isn't it? Like, did you actually open the structure deck to bars? Like, where did you get half these cards from?
Told you!
Dumpster diving.
Right, we are going to lose our Sangan here. Not too bad though, because we are able to use him to pick up from deck to hand. About to take all the damage. We will grab the Wild Heart that's actually able to deal with everything Tobias has on the field. And Tobias is going to pass a turn. Right, our turn, we still actually have no access to any of our fusion monsters, so we're just going to go for the Wild Heart, start taking down these Flame Invasions. The first one falls, and we're then going to go for the Premature Burial. Pay a hot 8 to bring back the Sangan in main phase 2, just because we want him to die so we can search our other materials. Right, Tobias is going to go for the Extermination to destroy our Polymerization. Okay, and the Upstart. Right, you better be doing something crazy if you're going for all of this combo. Like, what are we ending on? Are we ending on the Flame Sprite? We're ending on the Ultimate Baseball Kid! Oh, it's the bottom of the night.
Baseball stuff! Baseball stuff!
And this guy is absolutely huge. He's at 2,500 attack points. Oh. We're going to lose our Wild Heart. He's going to get absolutely clubbed by the Baseball Kid. Okay, Tobias is going to deal with our Sangan. And with the Sangan, we're going to grab the Clayman. Okay, our turn. We've drawn the King of the Swamp. We're going to go for the Smashing Ground, deal with the Invasion of Flames, and weaken the Ultimate Baseball Kid by a bit. We're going to then go for the Poly, using our Clayman and the King. Building forth, of course, you know him, you love him, the Thunder Giant. Ooh, with this we can just clean out the Baseball Kid.
You're out!
Right, Tobias resets a monster and turns his Foxfire sideways. Love to see it. I'd love to also see the Equal, one of the best draws we could have got. We're going to grab another Wild Heart. Oh, we're going to go for the Miracle Fusion first. Banish the Wild Heart and the King in the Graveyard to bring out, get ready for this, Tobias. You're about to lose your mind when I summon the Wild Edge. Now, this guy is nutty. You're going to tap every monster you control once each. Right, now we're going to summon down the Wild Heart and let's just absolutely rip this apart. We're going to go for the Wild Edge, attacking the Foxfire, dealing with him, and then we're going to tackle into whatever you've got set. Ooh, the Masked Dragon. What a way to lose them all to the Wild Edge, as he just is able to rip through them all using his big saber.
If you know what I mean.
Welcome to the club!
And with the final Masked Dragon, Tobias is going to grab nothing. Okay, right. Thunder Giant and the Wild Heart can attack on in direct and put Tobias down to 1600. You got one turn, Tobias. Right, our other progression deck, we wanted to go back to the well of earlier Chaos builds. Whilst we enjoyed the hype of the Chaos Ritual deck last week, obviously it had its problems, like that first game just not being able to draw any of our monsters, and even in the second and third game we bricked substantially at different points in time. We were just quite lucky with some of our clutch draws. So here we're playing a much more measured control style Chaos list. So of course we've got the BLSs and we've got the Chaos Sorcerer as our big bodies. We've also got DD Warrior Lady, and we are playing a suite of Gravekeeper's monsters. Because we picked up Commandant from somewhere, not actually really sure where we got this card from, maybe one of the Dark Revelation packs, I just must have missed this. We are actually able to search the Necro Valley, and so we're playing the Assailant and Double Spy to get some good statted value from that. We are also playing Jinzo as another pretty good bomb. Triple Manju, because we are playing the Demise as our one ritual monster, so Manju is obviously very good at being able to search either the End of the World or the Demise. We are playing Mobius, he has returned. 2 Night Assailant, Triple Snipe Hunter, newly acquired thanks to Cyberdark Impact, and Triple Thunder Dragon. Finally, as in our monster lineup, we're playing 2 Tree Bomb Frog. Well, we actually won the Rock Paper Scissors and elect to go first. Not that we're going to be able to do too much with this opening hand. We can thin our deck by a couple by just using the Thunder Dragon to grab 2, rather than putting both in the grave. We want to actually keep 2 in hand so we can use them as fodder for the Demise later. Looking at what else we've got, we're just going to set down the Spy as well as the My Body and pass the turn. Tabasa is just going to set a monster and 1 back row, reciprocating our lead. Oh, painful choice, baby.
You might as well give up.
That's right, we're going to go for the Manju, the Pot of Greed, the End of the World, and the Backluster Soldier. Tabas is going to give us the Pot of Greed. You know you've done a nasty, painful choice when Pot of the Greed is the most favourable option to give to me. Right, we're going to use Pot of Greed, grab the My Body and the second End of the World from the deck. We have the Demise set up, locked and loaded. We're going to flip over the Spy though first and foremost, grab ourselves a second Spy from the deck, and then TikTok Tobias, the world is ending!
It's the end of the world!
Boom! We're going to use the Spy and the Thunder Dragon, which we're actually not allowed. We just completely cheated there. With which monster you actually have to use the minimum number of monsters as possible to make the monster. So we used a 5, a 3 and a 4 there, which obviously does not make 8. We tried to use it as a 3, 7 and 11. In reality, what I should have done is just discarded either the 2 Thunder Dragons or the Thunder Dragon and the Night Assailant, or the Thunder Dragon and the Spy on the field, not 3 of them.
So you were cheating, huh?
Either way, I mean, it's just benefited vastly in my favour because it's allowed us to use the Night Assailant ability to recur the Spy to hand, which isn't how that would actually have worked. So hopefully that doesn't come up. Hopefully the second Spy just does nothing and just rots in my hand for the rest of this game, because I shouldn't have been able to recover it to my hand. Right, we're going to pay 2,000, blow up the board, lose Spy. Oh, Tobias is rocking the heroes. Okay, love to see it. Go for a DD Warrior Lady, set down our second My Body, and then these 2 guys are able to chunk Tobias's life points down to size. I am weary that a big E-Hero fusion actually is a problem. Not when Tobias is just passing. Right, we're going to set that someone down the Spy. I mean, we hadn't quite won. We would have taken Tobias down to 200 life points, and he would have got another draw realistically, but I don't think that mattered. I don't think the cheat mattered too much.
Of course you would say that. No contest.
Right, there we go. We got our new toy in our hand, the Snipe Hunter. I'd love to see him. And Tobias, let's see what you're playing, baby. Tobias is just going to go for a set, and the equal. Uh-oh, we're grabbing from deck to hand. Are we going to get a fusion on turn 1? I'm going to grab the Avian. Okay, that... And the Bust... Oh, okay, and the Bastinja. It's like, how are you adding 2? Okay, with the second equal, fair enough. Right, that spells to me that you have the Flame Wingman as a fusion monster. We're going to go for the Snipe Hunter, discard the Rite of Spirit, attempt... This is the worst card ever. Like, I know he eventually will kill a card, but just the value is so bad. Right, we're going to try and discard again using our Chaos Sorcerer. And yep, finally deal with Tobias's problematic set monster, and it's the Woodsman. Wow. Battle phase, we're just going to attack on him with the Snipe Hunter, deal a little bit of damage. Although I'm very aware that I might get OTK'd on the crack back here. Or not. Maybe there's no poly access. One can hope. Right, we're going to draw Graceful Charity, pretty much the best card in this deck here. Draw the Magic Jammer, End of the World, and the Scapegoat. I mean, none of them are doing me much cop at the moment. We're going to discard the Magic Jammer and the End of the World, and then we're just going to try and punch on in again with the Snipe Hunter to see what Tobias is doing. A Bastinja falls, and we're just going to set down the Scapegoat as another defensive option. Right, Tobias is just going to set and pass. Right, we're going to go for the Upstart here. draw into the Treeborn, give Tobias an extra lease on life, and then we're going to discard the Treeborn to try and pop whatever Tobias has set down, and the Avian Falls. There's a great hero list, Tobias. Right, we're going to go for the 1500 battle and then pass the turn. Okay, you wanted to get them in the grave for the Miracle Fusion. Fair enough. Right, we're going to get cooked here by the Flame Wingman coming on out.
Here comes the hero to both you and me. Elemental Hero Flame Wingman!
Yep, I mean, he's iconic. So if this guy kills our Snipe Puncher, we're going to take a bit of damage. Oh. Ooh, very cool combo with the R-Watch Justice. We are going to fire off the Scapegoat in response, summon down our little goat tokens, just to be able to stave off a bit of damage. And in the battle phase, we're going to lose this Snipe Hunter, take 2100 here, and then lose one of our goats. In the standby phase, we are going to be able to recur the Treeborn Fog, and we're just going to set down the Night Assailant and pass the turn. Tobias is going to head on into the Night Assailant. Wrong move, buddy. We're going to pop the Flame Wingman and take 200 damage, and Tobias is going to turn his Clayman sideways. Thunder Dragon is the best draw we could have asked for. We're going to discard that and grab from the deck to hand the second and third Thunder D. And now,
yes, this is what I want, naughty words.
we're going to banish a light and a dark.
Oh, don't.
For the BLS.
Yes, yes, yes!
BLS, which is going to run over the Clayman and then attack directly again for 3k. And outside of a Lightning Vortex, I don't see how on earth Tobias is going to be able to beat this ball. And it's as easy as that, boys. Right, I'm not quite sure what Tobias was cooking really with any of his progression decks. I'm going to flash them on the screen here as I normally do. We can see whether there was any hidden spice to the fire deck, whether there's any other kind of crazy monsters in there that we didn't get to actually see in the match. But yeah, I mean, those were bad decks, Tobias. Like the heroes, I guess you popped off a little with the Flame Wingman, but just it wasn't good for you. Next episode, the core set we're opening is Strike of Neos, which contains more Neospacian and Elemental Hero Neos adjacent cards. Fun. And we're also going to be opening Duelist Pack Zane and Duelist Pack Asta to build our second sealed deck from. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do please subscribe to stay up to date with more episodes of the Seal of Progrichalcos. Bye bye.